As for our product introduction, EcoBean is a solar-powered bin that will process your food waste into an extremely useful and earthy compost with the heat of button using the solar energy. This EcoBean will reduce the amount of food waste on landfill that emit the greenhouse gases, which is eventually bad for our environment. We plan to fulfill the 7 and 9 Sustainable Development Goals, which are affordable and clean energy, and also industry innovation and infrastructure. We reinvent the regular composting bin and applied the Berkeley method, which is the hot composting method that helps us reduce the amount of time for the compost to be produced. What is Berkeley's method? Berkeley's method is also known as the hot composting method that will shorten the composting period. This is an initiative to enable the thermophilic bacteria to work optimally in an aerobic condition and decompose the food waste faster than usual by keeping the temperature at 50 degrees Celsius with the help of heating pad.
So our problem statement is food waste has been a prominent issue in Malaysia as 55% of solid waste disposed at landfills comprise of food which will release extensive greenhouse gases. We must identify the reasons for food waste and construct a product that will minimize food waste among consumers. So, from this problem statement, we want to construct an eco-friendly product aimed at homeowners with gardens and can staff to minimize food waste by encouraging the production of their compost through the decomposition of food waste. We have three objectives, which is to provide an affordable compost bin in the expensive electric compost bin market. The second one is to produce an eco-friendly compost bin that uses sustainable solar energy. And the last one is to produce a compost bin that focuses on efficiency in transforming food waste to healthy compost.
First, we have the outer bin and a blender motor to rotate the blade, then an inner plastic bin and also a solar panel to power up our electronics. We also have a switch and then also a plastic cone to condense water that evaporated. Then we have the water heater which heats up the water up to 50 degrees Celsius, which is powered out by the solar battery. A thermometer, and last but not least, a blade to cut our compost into smaller pieces.
So now I will be talking about the result of our research. So the EcoBin is proven as a shortcut to reduce the amount of food waste in household, canteens and market. Next, EcoBin can decompose food waste into compost in a short amount of time. And EcoBin also yielded an extra 40% of compost than the usual and traditional way of composting. And finally, the use of EcoBin can reduce large amount of greenhouse gases emissions, which reduce the risk of climate change.
The novelty of our product, EcoBin, introduced a fresh take on waste management by combining solar energy with precise humidity control. Unlike other composting methods, our approach focuses on regulating temperature and moisture levels to accelerate decomposition. While similar systems have used solar power before, none have integrated it with such precise humidity management. By adding a water heater to the outer bin, we can maintain ideal conditions for rapid decomposition, which sets our solution apart. Plus, using solar panels to power the bin reflects our commitment to sustainability. This innovative design offers a practical and effective way to manage organic waste while minimizing the environmental impact.
There are three main benefits that I will introduce to you from our product. The first one, EcoBin can cut down the methane gas, which is potent greenhouse gases that were produced when organic matter decomposes in landfill without an oxygen. This process is what we call an aerobic process. This gas will affect climate changes and global warming. This product also can reduce the potential for nitrogen and atrazine, which is an herbicide, to leach into groundwater that can cause water pollution. Do you know what is the most potent greenhouse gases? It is actually an sulfur hexafluoride, which can cause 23,500 times as much warming. So, the second benefit is this product also can lead to the soil enrichment. What is soil enrichment? It is actually a fertilizer catalyst that can make a fertilizer become more efficient. Compost is a rich source of organic matter and nutrients that can improve soil structure, water holding capacity, and fertility. By using compost in agriculture and landscaping, farmers and gardeners can increase crop yields and enhance plants growth. The third one is also can give a benefit to our economy. As more organic matter is used for composting, fewer chemicals are required to produce food, which in turn reduce the cost of chemical fertilizer for gardeners and farmers. And as less garbage is being sent to the landfill, costs in waste management are cut down due to the decreasing amount of land space. According to the National Solid Waste Malaysia, around 38,000 solid waste will be sent to the landfill daily. So don't choose you from this invention. You also can decrease the amount of solid waste that will produce every year.
So this is the top view of a product with a plastic cover. Then this is the front view, which has a thermometer, and as you can see inside it has a plastic coat. Now this is the inside view, where you have the thermometer to measure the temperature. Then you have the blade to blend the compost into little pieces, tin foil, and in a plastic container. Now the back view with a solar panel at the back and also a basin containing electrical components. These are the electrical components, which we have a water heater to heat up the water, heating pad to maintain the heat of the water, rechargeable battery which can be charged by solar panels, and switch to turn on the blender motor to blend the food into little pieces. Now these are the methods of our eco bin. Firstly, you put food waste into the inner plastic container, then you fill the outer plastic container with 1 liter of water. Next, you turn on the blender to blend the food waste into tiny pieces. Then you turn on the water heater until the water temperature rises to 50 degrees Celsius, then turn off the water heater and turn on the heating pad. Finally, you'll see that water droplets will then accumulate at the plastic cone, which will drop back into the food compost and humidify it and make it moist for better decomposition.